I want to welcome everyone to our tonight's candidates forum for the 4th District Supervisor. Tonight's forum is being co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters and Healthy Humboldt. Thank you for coming tonight, or for those of you watching at home on TV. And some of you watching or here in the audience tonight may be familiar with general plans and what they cover and contain, and some of you may not. So for those of you who don't, I'd like to just briefly go over what a general plan is and what it covers. If you've ever built a house or bought land in Humboldt County or rented an apartment, then you've been impacted by the general plan. If you're a farmer or a fisherman, or you partake of these foods, then the general plan affects you. If you commute to your job, or ride in a bike lane with your kids, or walk to the grocery store, then the goals and policies of the general plan are important to you. And if you want timber jobs to return, or you want all our forests preserved, then the general plan matters to you. So what is a general plan? The general plan is basically the constitution for all future developments within a city or a county. And California law requires that each county and city develop one. So why is the general plan important now and in this particular candidate's race? The Humboldt County General Plan, which will guide future development in unincorporated areas of the county for the next 20 years, is currently being updated. After years of community meetings, planning commission, and board hearings, a final draft is currently being discussed and reviewed by our planning commission. It is expected to go to the Board of Supervisors later this year, and therefore it's very important that voters know the views of the candidates running for supervisor about the general plan. And so, looking at Humboldt County's general plan, the draft of this plan has been presented as 4 alternatives, which are basically 4 different scenarios for how and where our county will grow and develop. The alternatives were developed after public input in response to the direction from the Board of Supervisors, and are also the different alternatives required by the California Environmental Quality Act, or SEQA. The supervisors don't have to pick all from one alternative or another, and they can and likely will choose some policies from different alternatives. To read the current draft of the general plan for yourself and the various alternatives, or to learn more about the process, visit the county's website at planupdate.org. Tonight, we are being televised live, and if you have any questions for the candidates, please call in to 707-633-8478, or email your questions in at info@healthyhumboldt.org. And these should be showing on your screen right now. Lastly, I want to just thank the League of Women Voters for co-hosting this forum with us tonight, and for all the great forums that you put on in the community. And now I'd like to turn it over to our League of Women Voters moderator for the evening, Beth Matsumoto. Thank you.
The League of Women Voters, a nonpartisan political organization, encourages the informed and active participation in government, works to increase understanding of major public policy issues, and influences public policy through education and advocacy. My name is Beth Matsumoto, and I am a member of the League of Women Voters and your moderator for this evening. Providing information to voters to help them make informed decisions is part of our citizen education program. This forum is an example of one of the ways we try to make democracy work. The purpose of tonight's forum is to give voters an opportunity to hear the candidates' views on a variety of issues. Tonight we have with us candidates for Humboldt County Supervisor 4th District, and they are Bonnie Neely, incumbent, Jeff Leonard, and Virginia Bass. We hope that you will give the candidates your careful attention and refrain from any demonstrations of support or opposition during the forum. We will thank the candidates with our applause at the end of the forum. The format for the forum this evening will be as follows. Audience members and viewers are asked to write your questions down for the candidates on the index cards provided, and couriers will come around to pick up the question from you. Viewers, please call in your questions to 707-633-8478. Please, in the audience, write only one question per card And keep in mind that your question needs to be appropriate for all of the candidates to answer. When you're finished writing your question, please hold up the card for the courier. Your questions will be screened by a league member to eliminate questions of a personal nature and to prevent duplication. Each candidate will have 1 minute to answer each question. A comment from the candidate to answer the first question is permitted and is restricted to 30 seconds. At the end of the forum, each candidate will have an opportunity to summarize their positions and qualifications in 1 minute closing statements. League members with us today are Carol Masterson, timekeeper, questions orders Will Amaro and Berzlachty, and we have couriers from Healthy Humboldt. And just as a reminder to you in the audience, please turn off your cell phones or set them to vibrate. Thank you. The candidates have drawn lots to determine which candidate will have the first opportunity to answer the first question. And please remember to write one question per note card, and also to call in your questions now, again to 707-633-8478. If the candidates are ready, we will begin with the first question to Bonnie Neely. And the question is, please summarize briefly the qualifications you possess that make you suited to the job of county supervisor.
Well, thank you. First, I'd like to thank the League for setting up this debate tonight. We really appreciate their work in this regard, and I know they're going to have a busy season. I'm Bonnie Neely. I'm the Prairie County Supervisor. I have served also as Vice Chair of the California Board of Forestry and Fire Protection. I've also served in state office as the Chair of the California Coastal Commission, and I've held a state office for almost 14 years. I think I'm uniquely qualified for the position of supervisor because I was born and raised here, because I have made sure that Humboldt County gets its fair share of resources from the state and federal government to create prevailing wage jobs. I've invested a lot of time in the community with nonprofit organizations, helped start the Redwood Coast Jazz Festival, Blues by the Bay, North Coast Repertory Theater. I'm currently chair of Del Arte. I really love this community. I love putting in time and energy into making it a better place, and I hope I can secure your support in the election on June 8th.
Thank you. And the same question to Jeff Leonard.
Thank you. And thank you very much for attending tonight, turning on the TVs and watching. I feel like I'm uniquely qualified to represent 4th District, which is Eureka, Burletown, Samoa, and Fairhaven on the Board of Supervisors, because I've spent the last 8 years in the Eureka City Council. And during that time, I've learned that county government, all the programs that they run, take place right in the city of Eureka. Whether you're talking about the jail, whether you're talking about mental health, social services, halfway houses, all those programs are run in our downtown business area and in our neighborhoods. And I've heard again and again from people who live in the 4th District that they feel forgotten by county government. They don't feel like county government is a partner with the people who actually live in the 4th District right now. A lot of times those services have negative impacts on our community, but it seems like city government, Eureka Police Department, and Eureka's neighborhoods are left by themselves to take care of those negative impacts. As 4th District Supervisor, I'll be a partner for those neighborhoods, for Eureka Police Department, and the city government.
Thank you. And the same question to Virginia Bass.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I'll be closer. I do want to thank the League also and Humboldt for having this event. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, thank you. This microphone's kind of a little strange. Why am I uniquely qualified? Well, as others have said, I've been born and raised here my entire life. I attended local schools. I can see Mr. Schauser out here from one of those schools. Graduated from Humboldt State University in 1986 with a degree in business administration. I worked for 31 years with my family's business, and I think that's one of the unique perspectives I have, is I have a private sector experience that the other candidates don't. I have an open mind towards jobs and creative solutions to make things better for this community. I've lived here all my life. I want my children to be able to come back here, and I think we need to be able to bring the different sides together and come up with some creative solutions, and I have the skill sets to do that, and I believe I'm the best person for this job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the next question will go to Virginia Bass. Oh, I'm sorry, Bonnie, comment?
Yes, one comment. I just wanted to say that I think it is a terrific thing that Eureka is the county seat. It means that Eureka has